good because, yeah. So Margaret, let me ask you again, how are you feeling?
Not good. Very hot, very bad.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just come from allegedly being arrested and you feel good.
Well,
normally when people are being arrested, they feel like a thief, you know? And they done something wrong.
Yeah.
But how do you feel?
Well, it's really hard. I feel very bad. But you know, when you know people are doing something intentionally against you. Yeah, that is why I said I was good, because I know everything is intentional.
You're morally 100% solid.
Yeah.
Understand? So the last time they said they came and tried to steal your house, they said they wouldn't arrest you.
Yeah.
But they were prepared to manhandle you and drag you out and cause you injuries.
Yes.
And you took your house back.
Yeah.
They came, tried to throw you out, left, gave you the keys back.
Yeah.
And now they just turn up without a warrant again, unidentified people. And they said they're arresting you, but they didn't mean it. They were not arresting you. They were kidnapping you to allow the people, the rest of the property snatching gang, to
finish up that work. Yeah, they were
exactly what we'd stated in the live feed itself. That was a pure and simple kidnap to remove you out of the way so that they can secure the property that they're stealing. Once it was secured, then they would release you. And as we stated, they was never going to charge you, because they couldn't charge you, because that would mean you would be getting your evidence shown in front of a court, and there is no evidence. 100%.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, they use the police station as a holding facility, like a kidnapping chamber.
Yes.
To block you from the property. They couldn't charge you because you would just ask them for the warrant, no?
Yeah.
Simple. Andy and I went through my case and my interview and my warrant. We weren't so knowledgeable at the time. All I had to do was to stick to, but we cut him on the court order and stuff, but you were very well clued up. You were just going to ask for the warrant like you've been doing the last 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't let me. They didn't let me. They went to show the police. I don't know what they told the police. They went rush to the police, showed them something.
They can't show them nothing because you didn't have any proceeding. They had to make an application. They had to serve you. You're going to have a chance to rebut it. Yeah. And more than that, you had an NHS COVID certificate.
Yeah, that's what I was telling the police. That was the letter they gave to the police. They said I break in, and they came back on the 16th to take back the property.
No, forget what they say to the police. The police know they're talking. They're not saying nothing to the police because the police got to ask them for the warrant.
That's what I told the police. I
said, the one that they executed.
Yeah.
Just for the record, because I mean this may catch a lot of people's minds as well. Just to get that curiosity, you was actually under a 14-day self-isolation by the NHS on a COVID. Yeah. When does that test run out? Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
It runs out tomorrow.
It was granted on the 8th of September. So 8 and 14 and 8 is 22.
So yeah. So the police, not only have they gone and kidnapped you so that some bailiffs can steal your property, the police have actually breached the fact that you're under a COVID self-isolation 14 days. They have allowed people to enter your property that you're self-isolating in. They have arrested you under the false claims of being a burglar in your own property that you're self-isolated in, and you have been in for 14 days. Yeah. Then they come and steal you to remove you so that they can steal the house, and then they dump you in the middle of Northampton, out in the public, when you're self-isolated because you're under the self-isolation of the COVID rules. Just so that people understand the hypocrisy of this state that you're living in called England.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true,
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody that's watching this video should be reporting those police for breaching the COVID rules. The COVID rules. It's
they don't believe in the COVID. They don't believe in the COVID. They know it's a scam.
Well, no, the people that do, I'm talking about. Everybody out there, you should be disgusted. Everyone that's gone along with the fact and you believe that this COVID exists and have gone injected yourselves, you know, you've just watched police come and take a lady from self-isolating and dumped her in the middle of the population of this disease that they're saying that it's so bad that it's an epidemic across the world, that they can just take somebody from a self-isolation and dump them in the middle of a populated area. That's what the police have just done, just so that you know.
Yeah, so if they thought it was
regardless of whether it exists or not, I'm just telling you, that is what they've done.
Yeah. So if they thought you were going to contaminate all of Northampton, there's no way. So they don't believe COVID is a virus. Well, the Freedom of Information request said there isn't any. So anyway, that's a different matter. Margaret, you know, we feel for you. I know you must feel very, you know, distressed about, you know, being brutally violated by so many men and women, all grown men, you know, standing there and participating and facilitating.
Yeah.
And all know that it's a theft, it's a burglary. And I wonder how many they're going to do in this COVID era where so many people have arrears because they couldn't work in the lockdown.
Yeah.
And all going to be illegal warrants.
Evicted on illegal warrants, just like they've just done with Margaret there.
You know, Margaret, I'm going to have to run. I'm going to leave you with Andy.
Okay.
And whatever you can do to sort out yourself or the council. I can't believe it. But listen, I will catch up with you, but I have to go.
Okay, Anthony, okay. Do you say I should go to the council because they dropped me at the council?
Go to the council and tell them, well, you got all your reports with the council and all that. Just say you've been excluded from your house. What you want them to help you to get back in. Yeah, that's it. That's what you got to tell them. You understand?
Okay.
Because they have everything on their records.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, you got to sleep in their office tonight. Otherwise, you're sleeping in their office until they let you back in your house.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, then later.
God bless Margaret. Everybody, please pray for Margaret. Any help, any support, moral support, whatever is most welcome. We can't have people being treated like this.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Margaret, I mean, the council should be straight out there, remove those things that they put over your house and return you in your house because it's 100% theft. It's been proven. It's been exposed by the fact that the police have gone down there and has aided and abetted the criminals that have done this. Yeah. They've released you. They've broken the COVID restrictions. They've breached so many rules that they are complete criminals that they've got a leg to stand on. And is anybody around there in Northampton, you know, that you should go down there and demand or help and assist this lady in getting back into her property that we can vouch 100% under the penalty of perjury that there is a theft that has just happened. And a total and totally, well, it's beyond a joke, because none of them can ever produce the warrant that they've created all this theft from, because it doesn't exist. Confirmed by the court, confirmed by none of them being able to show it, and certainly won't show it. And the police, obviously, like we stated at the end of the interview before the police kidnapped Margaret from her own property, we stated, that they will release her with no charge and they won't interview her because they will not want to take this in front of any court because they don't have a leg to stand on. Apart from the fact that also, not that it should shock you all about the COVID, she was self-isolating. This was a lady that was self-isolating in her own property, and they came and threw her out of her own property, by even though that she was under a 14-day self-isolation. And they did it with a counterfeit warrant, with a piece of paper, or not even a piece of paper. I take it was just on a computer screen, on a telephone, on a television, Or did they say they had it? Did they actually say they had a physical copy?
Yeah.
Did they say they had a physical copy? Yeah. And the police wasn't. Well, it's not very hard for a policeman just to check to see if that physical copy has got an embossed seal on it and a wet ink signature. which by the phrase, the Freedom of Informations have stated, yeah, for a warrant to be authentic, it requires an embossed seal and a wet ink signature. And if we can find this out, why do the police not know this? Why is it down to us, the people? Why should the police not know this?
Yeah, I told the police, why didn't you give me the warrant, show me the warrant, instead of grabbing me out of the handcuffs? They handcuffed me. Instead of dragging me out of the hand, I've broken the court of justice. Instead of broken the law, that's how they came. They said I have broken into those people's property. I have broken into somebody else's property. That's what they said.
Did they state who made that claim?
Yeah, they said those people that are dead, and they don't even have their names. They don't even have a warrant.
So the people that refuse to identify themselves can make a claim that so they've made a claim that you've stolen, you're burglaring your own property.
Yeah, burglary.
Amazing.
Yeah,
burglary. Yeah, and the police operated on that.
Yes.
And you're telling the police are expecting the world to believe that that's a part of their Nolan principles of selflessness. Yeah. So the police became the judge and jury.
Yes, yeah.
Because he knew full well, those police knew full well, and we knew full well, really. So that would have been PC. I forget the numbers, but we have got the numbers.
1075. Yeah.
Well, we'll get the numbers exact, because we knew at the time, yeah, that those police would never identify themselves. Yeah. That's why I wanted that woman to identify the police coming down, and they didn't identify themselves. They just arrested you. They kidnapped you by claiming, and we heard it. We all heard it. So I think that, you know, my personal point of view is that's your house. That's your house. Stand your ground. That's your house. You know, that's complete crime that's been committed. They have to prove that there wasn't a crime, that you are the actual guilty one, but they refuse to arrest you. They'll only kidnap you and keep you out of the way, while the criminals will board your house up to stop you from getting back into your own property.
Yes.
They refuse to arrest you. Yeah.
They said I didn't do nothing, so they asked me to go.
But for an arrest, for them to actually make the arrest, there's got to be a report. So we need to know who it was that made that report, because there's been an arrest now. So there has to be an official report. Yeah. Someone's got to have made that affidavit. Yeah. Or made that statement under caution, because whoever made that statement and made that because that's a claim. That's a claim, because that's a false arrest. And then policemen did their duty in doing their duty by arresting you because somebody had made a statement. That statement must have been made under caution.
Yeah, the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But the problem is, and the police
now got to prove that claim.
Yeah.
They can't just unrest you. They can't just let you go. That's not the case. That's not the case. You know, somebody can't just make accusations and just get away with it. If someone's made an accusation, they now carry the burden of penalty of perjury, because that's what they must have made that statement under for that policeman to have arrested you. For that arrest to have happened, they must have had an affidavit or a statement made under the caution. Yeah, for somebody to make that claim. And to make that claim warranted enough for the policeman to be able to arrest you on it. So they must have put it that, in my eyes, they must have done. Or let me see the evidence of the contrary, because they're stating that you've stolen a property that they stole by using a piece of paper, claiming it to be a warrant, that you have been confirmed. You have the confirmation from the courts, from everyone else, and all the other things, that it doesn't exist. So it's just uttering lies, and the police continued those lies and enforced those lies as though they were fact, which we know 100% and can verify under the penalty of perjury that are lies. They are true. None of them are true. And there is no such thing as a warrant. Not an authentic one. There's a piece of paper, as we all know, but there's no authentic warrant. So
that's true.
What can we, I mean, a shout out for people that's prepared, because I mean, obviously the police and these lot are listening to what we're going to do. We need somebody to go down to, at least to Margaret's house, because we have a funny feeling that they're going to put security guards out there now, just like they did with Elu Berry's property. So they may well there'll be a security guard there with a dog. So we need to go and put him under the penalty of perjury, in his position, because he's following orders as well. So we need to put a claim against him because he's stopping you. He's stopping you from what's just. So he's getting himself involved. Whoever comes into this in between you and what's right, is wrong. Yeah. Whoever comes in between you and what is correct is wrong, and they will be held accountable for it, because they're going to have to justify what their actions are. And just following orders, as you should all know, isn't going to save their lives. It didn't do the Nuremberg trials for the Nazis, and it's not going to be for any of these other people, because, like you say, this is the period where everyone's now away. So how far are you away from your property, Margaret?
No, Anthony said I can go back. I went back to the council. He said I should tell them to come and open the door for me. So
yeah, no, what Anthony was saying, from what I understood from what Anthony was saying, was you to go to the council and tell them they are to go down and remove those things and allow you back into your property. Otherwise, you're sleeping in their office.
Yeah. I'm just by the council now. I'm in the front of the council.
Yeah, well, we'll end this then. Then we'll let you save your wasset and then come back to us after you've gone in there. Unless you want to do a recording when you're in there to see what they've got to say. Okay then. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I hope my battery stays long. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And ask them if they've got to charge you, because the charge has been stolen off you as well while you're in there. Yeah. Let me put my earpiece on first. Is there anybody else in Northampton, near the town centre, that can come and meet up with Margaret and Ada with a battery charger, so that we can keep her talking, so we can keep her aired, because the people need to see this. Because we've got no justification. There's no justice anywhere in the UK at the moment. The only justice is going to come from the people. So the people need to know. You all need to know this, guys. This is what's happening. It's going to happen to, eventually, it's going to come for you all. If we don't stand up and make our stand now, we have to stand up for our rights. You know, we don't get given our rights. They're in us. They're intrinsic. They're with us. They was gifted us by the Creator. They were naturally with us all the way along. We're just expressing her, and that's all Margaret is doing, is expressing her unalienable rights. Yeah, that's her property, and it's been stolen. Sadly, we've lost connection with Margaret now. She may still be there. Sadly, we didn't get a picture of the faces of those policemen. We've lost Margaret, sadly. But frustratingly, I'm not there. I can't, you know, what do you police need to know? What is it you police are going to, are you going to really just keep standing by and aiding and abetting criminals? We've got 100% evidence, 100% forensic evidence, black and white, documented evidence from the courts themselves. There is no warrant. Everything, therefore, has been done by the use of a warrant, by the claim that there is a warrant. Anybody who makes a claim, the maxim in law states, he who makes the claim carries the burden of proof. Not up for us to deny it, only deny it. We don't have to prove that it's not a warrant, because you cannot prove it's not a warrant, because you can't prove something doesn't exist that doesn't exist. They know that. So it isn't up to us. We only need to deny that it's a warrant, and you have to prove the fact that it is. You are the ones that's making the claim that it's a warrant. Duh. Am I stupid or are you stupid, Mr. Policeman? Come on, get a grip. You know the game. You know what you're doing. Here's Margaret. Margaret, you back?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear Margaret? Yeah.
Okay. I have to speak to the department on the phone.
Okay. Oh, you have to speak on the phone to him, yeah?
Yeah.
When you're speaking with them, Margaret, just remind them of the Nolan principles, and just remind them that what they state, you will be asking them for it to be under the penalty of perjury, because you are speaking under the penalty of perjury. You are stating that there is no warrant under the penalty of perjury. You are not lying to say that there is not a warrant. They are the ones that are lying, saying that there is.
Okay.
We all love a story with a happy ending. This is not a story, but
They're not taking.
And it's only going to make a happy ending when the people stand together. This is for unity, guys. This is for us to stand together as one. The power is in the people. The people are the power. And we need you, people. We need you. We've got 9 people watching. Facebook is completely shadow banning. Yeah?
Okay.
That's it, guys. Thanks for the love hearts. Give it the love hearts. Break what the Facebook are doing by giving it love hearts and cares. That's how they do it, guys. I can only think that's how they're doing it, but you know, they can do anything. They shut my Zoom feed down last time, didn't they? Thanks, everyone. God bless you. I'm used to something, and I'm just sat here doing nothing. There's nothing we can do. Margaret's useless. Yeah, what can we do? There's too many of them, guys. But there's more of us than them. We are the 99%, yeah? They're the 1. You know? And this 1% needs educating very quickly, because they are criminals, whether they know it or not. You know? A lie doesn't become the truth just because everybody agrees that it's the truth. The truth, the facts make it the truth. And the fact is, there is no warrant, period. Not an authentic and valid one that's been authenticated and got the authority of the court, because it's not from the court. The court's stipulated, as with Anthony's shown, yeah? The police, remember this also, these acts and statutes, yeah, they actually only apply to those in the corporation, and those police are working with inside the corporation, and they've sworn on an oath. They've signed a contract for those acts and statutes to apply to them. But the courts and everybody else they've all got each other's backs, and they're trying to send you down all the paths, all the dead ends. Complain about this, complain about this. Men and women don't complain. Men and women make claims, and the claim that we are making, there is no warrant.
Yeah.
And the police are criminals by default, and they are also aiding and abetting criminals. All been witnessed, all recorded for the world to see. Come on, guys, how can the police arrest you? How can the police arrest you, then just release you? If they arrest you, there's got to be a release document. When was you de-arrested? How did they arrest you? Who was it that made the claim? Where is that affidavit? Where is that police statement that they must have had to have arrested her? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that they used to arrest her? They have to have evidence. They can't just arrest you for nothing, guys. We need to see that, Mr. Policeman. We need to see who it was that made the claim that Margaret is a burglar in their own property. Masonic reversal, guys. This is what Masonic reversal is all about. It's exactly what the whole thing about. Anybody reporting a crime becomes a criminal. Look what happened to John Patterson. Look what happened to Carol Woods. Look what happened to Neelu Berry. Look what happened to McNeil. All the people, you know, all the people, all the whistleblowers out there, all the people that have stood the ground, yeah, and been terrorized by the system itself because they're exposing the system, you know. And it's our duty. It's our duty as a people. It's our duty to hold these servants to account.
Yeah.
Margaret's dropped out again, sadly. I don't know what they're telling her, but basically, you know, if the council refuse to go and do what they do, who'd you go to, guys? Where'd you go to on the planet? I mean, where is the military? This is terrorism. Military. This is acts of war. Fact. This is acts of war. Castle doctrine, guys. My house is my castle. I can't just make a piece of paper up and come and kick you out of your castle. I can if I've got the police that will come and help me. And police, shame on you.
It's 22nd of February, 1963. 0730 909 2512. Yeah, this morning, some group of people came to my house saying that I have to leave the house, and I said to them they need to provide me with their identity and warrants. The property saying that I'm under arrest, I have broken the law. And I said, in which way? They just dragged me to the police station at Brackmills. They said they're going to put me to cell. And waiting, then we got there, and then they told, I don't know, the officer they talked to at the desk told them to call the court. And after they came back, they told me that I haven't committed any crime. There is nothing. All my documents, everything in them, and these people are completely thieves, and they don't have no warrant.
So are them police going down now to arrest those people that made that false claim? Mm-hmm. Where are them police now? They arrested her, said she was totally innocent, released her. Who made the claim? That means somebody's made a claim under the statement, because they must have either made a statement, made that statement under caution. And if they didn't do it under caution, then the policeman who did arrest, how can you, where was your power of arrest? You've got to have a man or a woman that's made a claim against the woman to make an arrest.
I haven't got any money with me. Can't you help me to get back into my property, please? Can't you help me? Because they put the shed while the police was there. They were putting the shed in my property. They forced to break into my house. And it's just with the assistance of the police, they succeeded. Otherwise, if the police didn't come and handcuff me and take me away, I think the police, like, I don't know what they did, take me away and let them finish the job before they said to me, I can go now. So this is, you know, I have to be back in my property. All my documents are there.
Hello? No, I'm still here. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting, Maria.
I haven't got no money with me. I'm on benefit. I haven't got no money with me. I haven't got nowhere to go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to go I'm going to try to speak that down. Yes? I'll send it before that. Yeah, all right.
And you wonder why they took the guns off the people. You wonder why they took the guns off the people. If you don't see why they took the guns off the people, then, you know, you can see why America, you know, it's coming for America. They're trying to take the guns off them too. And this is why. So that they can come and do what they want with the least amount of resistance as possible. That's why they pick on single ladies. You know, where are the men out there? Come on, men. This is a lady that's on her own, that's being victimized. Are you willing to just sit and watch this and sit back, wait for it? What, and then squawk and cry when they've come for you and there's nobody left there to help for you? Is England really just a spineless fucking bunch of Mongols? Are you really just all fluoridated meat sticks out there? Where's the spine? Where's the backbone of the British, eh? The English. Where's all the lions and lionesses out there? Let me hear you roar, for God's sakes, because they're coming for your children. They're coming for everything. Just you remember this, policeman. Them FEMA camps that are coming up, they're not going to be for the isolation of the people. They're going to be for you lot, because you're the criminals. Whether you're seeing it or not, it makes no difference. Try and explain what you've just done to this lady. How can you explain arresting this lady, then releasing her with no charge, saying that she's perfectly correct? If you hadn't have arrested her, she'd still be in her house now. I know you are, Karen. We need more people like yourself, like Margaret, you know. Come on. It's inside all of you guys. You just need to be it. You know? We stood together, mate. It's over. It's over. They're going to have to prove themselves. The reason they don't prove themselves is because they don't have to. They can use force. You saw in Anthony Badley's interview before. Disgusting how the police talk.
Not Anthony.
They're not police. They're criminals. They're liars.
Yes, I have another one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, is this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 What's your name, please? Ryan.
What's the name? Say it, Margaret.
Ryan. Okay. How do you spell that again, please? R-Y-A-N. Okay, Ryan. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, this what happened is they came on the 20th of August saying that they came to evict me. And I said, okay, where's your warrant? Huh? Where they said it's through the court, but if it's through the court, where's the warrant? They don't have no warrant. Nobody gave me their names. No, the police did not ask. The police said they told them that they were from the court. That was all, and they just put handcuff on me and dragged me to the police station. When they got there, they wanted to log it in. The guy on the desk said to them to go and make a call to the court. And when they came back, they said, oh, sorry, you haven't done anything. We are letting you go. So I need to get back to my house if I haven't done anything. And I asked the police, where is the warrant they executed for you to arrest me? Where is the warrant? He said, no, they told them by mouth. It doesn't work that way. They can't tell them by mouth. They did not show. They did not show because everything is, because when the police pull up, this gang of people they all rushed to the place. I don't know what they discussed there before they came back and put handcuffs for me. No, because they did not identify themselves, Ryan, so I cannot say that they are court agents. They did not identify themselves at all. Since this is the fifth time. This is the fourth time this year they've been to my house. They never identify themselves and they have no warrant. They break in, as soon as they come in, they just start breaking in the door. They just start drilling the door.
Never give you a warning.
I can't remember. I can't remember because they have put my life in, I can't remember anything.
You're under the stress. No, you're under serious stress.
Mm-hmm.
Under torture. This is torture. This is rape. Mental rape.
Mm-hmm.
Mental and physical rape.
The only thing I have to say is that, the police did not, they said, like I said to you, that the police said I haven't done anything wrong. So they left me, they just follow what the order the people gave to them. But I called the police. Not them, I called the police. And the reference number they gave to me is what the police have when I made that 999 call. And when the police came, they did not ask me any question. They put handcuffs on me and said that I have broken into my property. They said, we came to arrest you because you're breaking the law, you've broken into the property. And that was it. They just dragged me off. The only one I can remember now, because they lock up they boarded my house now. They put shed all over my house now. The only one I can remember is a C1075. C75, yeah.
79.
That's I don't know. I think that's the only one I can remember. They refused. They still refused to give me their names. No, police refused to give me anything. I said to them to give me a slip of what happened. They said, no, they don't have anything, I can go. No. No, this is what I have been facing. The police came on the 20th of August, the same thing. The police did not, they broke my back, they dragged me down. 3 of them carried me up. They broke my back, my chest. I'm still in that pain now, my head, my knee, and they carried me out. They refused to give me their names as well. They said I should write their number on their chest. They refused to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of it. Yeah, I can't remember the other one. What time are you open tomorrow morning? Okay. Sorry? It's just myself. I wish I do. I don't have any. No, that is why I need to go back to my house, because they cannot take my house without a proper documentation with forged papers. I need to get back into my house. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay then. Okay. 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 But I told the police before, remember, right? They said that before on the phone, they said they don't want to get involved. That is the first time they came. They told me it's a civil matter, they're not coming. But twice now they have come. They have come to help the illegal people that claimed that they are believed without identification to take my place, to drag me out of the house and shed my house up. They have said that before, but like I will follow your advice and do that again on the desk now. Okay. If I cannot find a place, I have to go and sleep at my door. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sleep at my door. I'm going to sleep there. I'm going to sit down there. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, bye. Yeah, I have to talk to the police at the desk. 1 second.
Okay.
One second, I have to talk to the police at the desk. Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yeah. This morning, some police came to drag me out of my property. Some people came to my house. They said they were bailiffs, and I asked for identification, and I asked for warrants. They have no warrant. As soon as they came, they just started drilling the door, and this is the 5th time they done that now. Wow. The 5th time they've done that. So they get the help of the police to shed my property up, and the police took me away. And then later, they came out and said, oh, you haven't done anything, you can go. And they didn't even give me paper to release me or anything. So this is the situation I'm facing.
Okay, so what do so what's happening now?
I came to the council to help me to get back into my house.
Okay.
But they are saying to me to wait for an officer to call me or.
Right, okay, then that's what you would need to do.
Yeah, and the officer said I should mention it to you as well. It's illegal eviction.
Right.
To record
so
it down.
Did the officer say that it was illegal eviction, or?
He said because the people told them with mouth, and this is some paper.
Are you videoing or recording?
I'm talking to somebody.
Oh, okay.
This is the paper that I got before now, that I showed to the police.
Hello, that's me. Okay.
So this is the court.
That's what they are saying, but this is not a warrant. All I wanted to see is the warrant and the names of the people that attended. That say that they are bailiffs. They have no names. They have no warrant.
Right. Okay. So.
And all this paper is just a fake paper. Somebody typed it up. It's not definitely.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so. If you think it's fake paper, then you need to go to. You need to go to the court.
The one that's making the claim has to prove whether it's genuine or not. What the person
but
says
I have come to court. I have come to court to say twice, to say about this matter, to say that the court, the so-called judge they have there, to ask them to prove the debt. They have no proof of debt.
Yeah,
they have no warrant.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't. This is civil. It's not a policing issue on there. It's civil because it's between you and the solicitors and the bailiffs.
But this is not civil anymore. This the police is involved now. They have handcuffed me, come to my house and handcuff me and remove me from my property for these people to steal my house. So the police is involved. Last time they break my back, they dragged me, literally carried me upstairs and threw me outside on the 20th of August.
Would you have you spoken to the council here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you'll need to do, I'm just trying to figure out.
what you'll need to do, though.
I need the help of the police because this is why the police are here for me, not for just one party.
No, it doesn't always work that way.
But I haven't done anything wrong. I'm claiming my right. I want to see the right documentation.
Right. Well, then that would be down for you and your solicitors to deal with that solicitors to ask for the. I mean,
I believe the police.
All at the county court.
I believe that the police should ask for the warrant. For officer, this is not a warrant to evict anybody. This is not a warrant. And whatever officer that came to my property, whoever that came to, I have the right to know their names. Yeah. They need to give me their names and their IDs. They refuse to do this.
Well, that would be down to your estate agents.
No. It's my mortgage property. I'm paying mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be down to you and the mortgage property to deal with it. Have you shown this to the council? Have they seen it yet?
No.
So are you waiting to see someone?
Yes.
Right. The best idea at the moment, let me just have a look, see what we've got here. And when was this?
This morning. This morning, around, I don't know if it's 11, 12, around after 12, and after 12. This is not a warrant.
Then that's down to, I say, that isn't a police issue.
The police should not send people to arrest me to help the
people. If people have called and they've asked for help.
But I made the call. They gave me, the reference number they gave me is what those police people have.
Right, so have you got the reference number there now?
I only have, I think I have one. One is C1075. C1075. I wrote it, it's in the house. C1075.
And that's what?
That's one of it. It said they were sending 2 people, but about 4 people came, 2 cars.
What, officers?
Yes.
And that was a collar number?
Yeah, yeah, that's what they gave me. They said they won't give me any name.
No, we don't always have to give our names because the collar number would cover. So you found it, did you?
Yes, I made the 999 call.
The numbers, the police numbers, yeah, is P1315.
Sorry, P1315.
Sorry?
P1315.
And
315.
And
another one.
P1705.
P1705. P1705.
So, what phone number did you phone from?
07030 I should think so. I'm not sure if it's that now. 9092512.
30909.
Sorry. 07309092512.
Thank you. And this was today?
Yes.
At what time roughly?
12:31 or 1 o'clock something.
I'm just trying to find.
Okay. Thank you.
Between 12 and
1 or between 12 and 1, yeah. Or between 1, try between 1 and 2.
And would it be from this address?
Yeah.
Yeah.
27.
Court, yeah?
Yes.
Right.
It was 1:40 p.m.ish when they
they were what we were called for.
Yeah.
Was not to execute the warrant, obviously, because we wouldn't do that. But the warrant is all we were there for was to stop there was a breach of peace. That's all we would be doing. So the officers who came to the door and came to
Arrest me.
Yeah, well, they weren't going to arrest you. They were just there just to stop the breach of peace. But if you obviously was causing an issue or anything like that, or was said you would be coming away from the address, they would ask you to leave, and officers would be able to do it because you would be stopping the warrant to be executed at that address.
But there's no warrant. I need to see the warrant.
Well, if they didn't show you the warrant, but there was
they didn't.
a warrant.
They just came in the house and arrested you, Margaret.
County court.
No, there was no warrant.
Right.
They didn't speak to her. They just came in and arrested her.
The only reasons why the officers were there was to stop a breach of peace.
So I need to go to the county court.
Yeah, you'll need to.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
I have been speaking to the county court to give me the warrant. They have no warrant. They did not give me the warrant.
Well, then you'll need to go a bit further with the solicitors and things like that. But the reasons why the officers were there is because
but how come I call the officers? How come I call?
The restitution warrant is an official eviction notice. So, was you removed from this property before?
By force, yeah, by force, without a warrant.
Right. Okay.
There is no restitution.
And you went back into the property?
I went back into the property because there was no warrant in the first case. They are just lying, saying restitution when they could not execute a warrant, when they do not have a warrant.
Right, okay. So my advice would be to go back to the court and speak to the court regarding that. The officers were there to stop a breach of peace. That's the reasons why they got called. So it would be, are you filming me?
No, I'm not.
Well, I'd like you to know, yes or no.
I'm talking to somebody on the phone. Well, you see my earpiece?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking to somebody, sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't think you are, but never mind. Or I'd like you to go to the Citizens Advice Bureau if you need some more help, or go back to the court and speak to the court. But the officers were there, they were called, but it was only there for breach of peace. All right.
So can I have your name again, please?
Yeah, you can have my name. There we are. It's Pam Joseph. Yeah. And my collar number is C1193.
C1193. Joseph.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. Hello, Auntie. Are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Caroline.
So she's giving you false information saying that the police were there for breach of peace, and that was a lie because they went there, didn't even mention about breach of peace, they just came and arrested you.
Yes, okay. Sorry, one second. Hello. Yeah, I was here before. I think Caroline said I can come back after I speak to the housing department, some housing solution or something like that. She said after you see them, you can come back. Yeah, her name is Caroline.
What did you need to come back for? Documents or?
Well, I need to get back into my property. That's what I'm saying. It's not about document, illegal eviction case. I was thrown out of my on the phone. Yeah, she said I should be on the phone, and after that, I should come back and see her because they haven't saw anything for me. Because I just said to them they need to, help me to get back into my property because the eviction is illegal.
Right. What's your name, please?
Margaret Bass.
Margaret
Bass, B-A-S-S.
Sorry. Caroline, was it the lady who was
some lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Did she say what you needed to come back for?
No. It's just like you say now, okay, you go there, when you finish, come back to me.
Oh,
that was something like that.
Yeah. One moment.
Thank you.
Collections Friday. Okay, what's your address?
It should be also noted that these people have the power to stop and correct. They have been notified of the crime and they are failing in their duty, because when they've been notified of the crime and they fail to stop and correct it, they are complicit in it.
My battery is gone.
Still here, babe.
I've got the other phone. Yeah. I don't know where I can charge my phone now.
Okay, so what is it you want in front? What's your inquiry?
So I think she may have dropped out because the battery may have gone now. So Margaret is now, well, you can hear it from there, from what the council themselves are doing. See, the thing is that none of them's prepared to accept that, you know, they all can't all be in it, can they? So you can sort of, you know, but these are completely, you know, they're compartmentalized. They just will not go against the grain. They'll lose their job. No, I'm going to lose my job, you know? But ultimately, yeah, you know, just following orders, it's not going to help them, you know? Sooner or later, there is going to be a Nuremberg trial, so to say. And the sooner the better. You know, we need it now. We need it now, guys. And it's only with the people. Now, I'm not talking about till Margaret's back. We're not talking like hanging on the streets. We don't want hanging. We just want them stopping and correcting. You know, they have a penalty to pay.
Okay, you have to.
Penalty they've got to pay is they've got to go and spend some time. Taken out of the way. They're a public hazard. Police are public hazards.
So what I'll do is I'll call you to confirm it, because I need to.
Okay, I'll come round so I can speak to you.
Okay then.
Once they confirm it right there, I'll call you back.
Thank you.
You still there? Hear me?
Battery. My battery is nearly finished here.
Can you borrow a charger?
They said that they were going to call me back at 5 o'clock or after 5.
Yeah, because you're going to have to call out of hours. You just spoke with my colleague.
Oh, okay.
So Linda Martin was aware. There's been a call back raised for you within 24 hours.
Okay.
But for tonight, you're going to have to call out of hours.
Out of hours?
Yeah. So if your phone dies, are you on?
My phone is.
Yes.
This lady's mainly to come 5 o'clock. We need to use our phones to ring out of hours.
Okay.
Don't the phone switch off at 5?
No, it'll go through to the emergency one, so they'll take it there because she hasn't got a number. I just spoke with Brian as well, and in this case, it is better to phone at 6:30, but a battery's going to die by then.
Yeah, my battery.
Okay. Do you have a battery charger?
No.
Yeah. You know, our one's not from there.
Start calling out then.
No, you can't call out of hours to have to.
I'll just let them know now then.
We have to wait till after 5.
Oh.
Dropped out again. The battery may have gone this time. But it doesn't look like there's going to be any help from that side of the bargain. I don't know if anybody's out there yet near Northampton that can go down to 27 Gibbs Acre Court, Northampton, and see if there is a van out there with a security guard, with a dog, just like what they did with Nilu Berry when they stole Nilu Berry's house, and get some words out of him, get him to identify himself, and to justify the reason for him being there, because he's obstructing justice, because her house, that property is hers, and it has been stolen. So no cash, no paperwork, no phone, charger on her person, and super vulnerable. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I can't get anything at the moment because she's dropped out. But I mean, you're all watching this, so I mean, please, if anybody knows anybody down from Northampton, yeah, Northampton, if anybody knows any police officers that that you believe are genuine police officers that have got still, you know, that still have a connection to their heart, that still have some morals, and that will actually stand up for what they sworn an oath to do. If anybody out there that actually knows there's any public servants out there, full stop, you know, we know that they're all working in corporations, but ultimately they've all sworn on an oath, yeah, that public oath, and that public oath. I'll show you. Let's just let me just show you what the Nolan principles are, so so that you know what the Nolan principles are. When I talk about the Nolan principles, now it's simple. It's very simple, and anybody working within the public service on their own government guidelines, I will show you exactly what is what. So this is on the government website, so www.gov.uk, government publications, 7 principles of public office. Right then, guidance, 7 principles of public office, an overview of the Nolan principles, which are the basis of the ethical standards expected of public office holders. So this is the police, guys, and this is the police, the courts, everything, okay? So the 7 principles of public office. So the 7 principles of public office life. 7 principles of public office, also known as the Nolan principles, apply to anyone who works in the public office holder. This includes all of the elected or appointed public office, nationally and locally, and all the people appointed to work in the civil service, local government, the police, yeah, courts, yeah, local government, yeah, councils, yeah, probation services and non-departmental public bodies, NDPDs, PBs, in the health, educational, social and care services. All public office holders are both servants of the public, are servants of the public, not of people dressed up as bailiffs, yeah, operating in fraud with counterfeit warrants, and stewards of public resources. The principles apply to all of those in other sectors delivering public services. 1, selflessness. Holders of public office should act solely in terms of the public interest. Well, there's number 1 you've broken, Mr. Officers. Integrity. Holders of public office must avoid placing themselves under the obligation to people or organisations like bailiffs that might try inappropriately to influence them in their work, like go and arrest a lady from her property so that they can steal it. They should not act or take decisions in order to gain financial or other material benefits for themselves, their family, or other friends. I would say taking your wages at the end of the week after doing this was theft, because you're being paid by the public purse to not serve the public, but when you're paid to serve the public. So you're stealing, that's theft. If you, Mr. Policemen and women who are guilty of this, take any of your wages, you are guilty of theft, 100%. They must declare and resolve any interest in relationships. So, Mr. Freemasons working in public office, yeah, you need to identify yourselves, because you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve and swear on an oath to the Freemasonry and swear on a public office. You have to recuse yourself. You have to stand down, same as the judges on the Bar Association. Objectivity. Holders of public office must act and take decisions impartially, fairly, and on merit, using the best evidence and without discrimination or bias. I think that's pretty much you screwed on that one again, Mr. Policeman. Accountability. Holders of public office are accountable to the public for their decisions and actions and must submit themselves to the scrutiny necessary to ensure this. Yes, you are going to be held accountable, Mr. Policeman, and the bailiffs and the courts. One day, soon enough, when the people arise, you will be all held accountable. Openness. Holders of public office should act and take decisions in an open and transparent manner. Information should not be withheld, i.e. when they ask who it was that made the claim, yeah, you should tell us. When someone's reporting you, that means there's a man or a woman that's made that allegation. That allegation must be made under the penalty of perjury for them to have arrested her. So whoever made those allegations, when those policemen released her without charge, must have meant whoever it was that made that claim perjured themselves. So have you now gone and arrested them, officers, from the public, unless there are clear and lawful reasons for doing so? Well, you have no clear or lawful reasons for doing what you did, officers. Honesty. Oh, here we go. Holders of public office should be truthful. You told us there's a warrant. There isn't a warrant. You told us, Mr. Policeman, that she's being done because she's been arrested because she's robbing your house. How could she do that? It's her house. Leadership. Holders of public office should exhibit these principles in their own behaviour. They should actively promote and robustly support the principles and be willing to challenge poor behaviour where it occurs. Well, what can I say to that, Mr. Policeman and women? Where are you? And bear in mind, this is on the government side. And yes, Mr. Policeman, that's you there, right there, the police that the 7 principles of office apply to. So, back to, I'm not too sure now on what's left to say on that. You know, return her, not remove her. Yeah. If the fake police removed her and then discharged her, they surely have a duty of care to remove her to the location of false arrest. I totally agree with you, Angela. They also have a duty, yeah, to confirm and validate that that warrant was authentic, which they have been told that it isn't. And remember, peeps, it's not us that have to prove something if we haven't made the claim. You know? Margaret has denied something being. They made a claim that it's a warrant. Words can get denied. No, it's not. That's it. It's been done. It's been dealt with. They claim it's a warrant, but they won't show it. How can you prove it? Remember, if they're claiming it, the burden of proof is on them. They must now substantiate that claim by providing the material evidence. They have to now provide that material evidence to substantiate that claim. That material evidence, if they're claiming that to be a warrant, it must, according to Freedom of Information, contain an embossed seal. An embossed seal is a raised seal, and it also must contain a wet ink signature from the author of the document. None of it exists, guys. None of it exists. They didn't say they were arresting her for breach of peace. No, they didn't. They didn't say there was arresting her. They arrested her for theft or burglary of her own property. Amazing, yeah? Which was a false arrest. Therefore, once for an arrest to be made, in my logic, says somebody must have made that claim. There must, somebody, a man or woman, must have made a claim under the penalty of perjury. Now they must have either written an affidavit or they must have made a police statement under caution, so that what you're saying is true. Okay, then they go and take that lady. Yeah, so they've got to have somebody have said it, but they just drop the charge. They just drop it and say nothing. This is not good enough, guys. So it's on record. Police said burglary. Council said breach of peace. Absolutely, yeah. They've been called out for breach of peace. There was never a breach of peace. The only breach of peace that was there was Margaret's peace that was being breached. And she was a victim inside her own property under a COVID lockdown, 14-day self-isolation that doesn't run out until tomorrow, guys. She was under a 14-day lockdown self-isolation inside her own property. And the police came and falsely arrested her on false accusations, breaching her own boundaries, drilling the locks without any notification. I'm sure there must be some form of you must be given so much notice that they're coming to remove you from your property. No notice was ever given, twice now, as you've seen, maybe more. But at the last 2 times, no notice was given. They just turned up and drilled the lock. To only prevent B and P arrest for burglary. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. Ready? Pray for Margaret, please. And hopefully somebody from around Northampton can get down to there and let's see what's going down. Let's see what's happening, mate. Because, you know, and don't tell me you policemen ain't watching me. I know damn well you policemen are watching me. I know damn well you're watching this video. Yeah. So, you know, really? Are you really going to just keep doing this? Do you think that's it? You're not going to, the people are not going to wake up. They'll just keep accepting it. Well, you may be right. You may be right. And maybe they just will stay all divided and picked up one by one. Maybe true. Sad, isn't it? But I like to live with hope. I like to live with a fire, with a flame within inside me that burns the truth. Because at the end of the day, yeah, regardless what goes down on this here planet, yeah, you know, I take with me, with my clear consciousness, yeah, of what I've done. And you police are going to take you with what you've done. And mark my words, when you become aware of your soul, yourself, your full self, and fully aware of all the things that you've done, boy, you are not going to be very happy with yourself. And that is the hell that you will be living, because you'll have to live with what you've done. They are going to make so many innocent people that just want peaceful lives criminals. Well, they made us all criminals, didn't they, in the first place? They made us all criminals by using that name, that legal fiction name, you know, even though they have no authority, even though our legal fictions have never given any consent. They had no consent. None of those police had any consent. They couldn't enforce anything. They could enforce the law, but obviously to enforce that law, there must have been a man or a woman making that claim. And that claim must have been made under the penalty of perjury. And then police have now a duty to fulfill what the other side of that bargain. If somebody makes a claim and you go and arrest that man or woman, and that claim turns out to be false, which obviously it has done because they've released her with no charge, they are left with only one left. There's only one other thing they can do. They must now go down to the man or woman that made that claim and arrest them, because that's perjury. That is perjury 101. That is lies. That is slander. And it was done for alternative reasons too. It was done so that they could get Margaret out of the house so that they could board it up and steal it. And that is theft too. So it's aiding and abetting. It's too many things. Stigart said all the paperwork in the world is fraudulent. It needs to be quantum grammar, so you can read it backwards and forwards. Yeah. But ultimately, yeah, it's by their actions you will see them, you will know them, and you've seen their actions. You don't really need quantum grammar to understand what's gone down here, guys. You know that those police have sworn on an oath. You know, they've all, if they're in public office, they're claiming to be wearing adorning suits, yeah, the citizens in uniform, they're claiming to be public officials, you know. Therefore, they've signed a contract, guys. All those police have signed a contract. All those acts and statutes, legislation, yes, they do. They do apply to them and them alone, because we, the people, we didn't sign the consent to be governed. We are not part of that corporation. Those rules and regulations do not apply to us. Yeah, we have never given our consent, but they have, because they've signed a contract, guys, that they're not enforcing what they're enforcing on everybody else when they can't, because we haven't given the consent. Yeah. So anyway, guys, on that note, yeah, I love you, Lydia, and like I say, give a prayer out for Margaret right now, because there's a lady that's been evicted and chucked out on the street, and it's getting late over there. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. She has nowhere to stay, and they've just dragged her out of her own property by the use of a piece of paper. By the use of a piece of paper and a group of criminals prepared to follow it through as though it's real, when they know fully well that they can't substantiate the claim that it is. It's just a piece of paper. And with that piece of paper, it's so powerful because of all the criminals that are working together. And 101, they are all working together, and you've seen it for yourself, because seeing is believing. So on that note, guys, I love you, Olivia. Please give a prayer out for Margaret, like I say. And if there is anybody around Northampton, if you can get down to that area, let's see what they've done to that lady's property. And let's get some photographs, let's get some names, let's see who it is that's done. We needed some down there now. I thought I knew that was, when I saw that cop car and it was a black car, I knew there was something dodgy going on there. These are private. These are private. They're all working in the private, guys. You know, but like, remember, yeah, those working in the private, working in that, you know, in the corporate, working in the corporation, yeah, remember, they can't hide behind that veil, because they've broken the crimes. They've made a crime. This is a crime now. These are war crimes. This is treason. Yeah. So thank you. I don't know how Margaret does it. I really don't. Yeah, bless her. Like, you know what I mean? To stay that cool as well. Yeah, she's done a great job. So Margaret, universe, people, the spirit within of us all, please, for Margaret. God bless you all. Bye-bye for now.